Hey folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Today we have a very, unique, I was gonna say special, but then I changed it to unique. We're saying what goes in the box. Now, this is the box. I just got this, I assembled it. I did not do how to assemble a comic book box video. I watched some on YouTube. I found a couple of how to put this thing together because it comes in a box itself. And so I just said to myself, wouldn't it be fun to turn the tables on the What's in the Box series and actually put stuff into the box? So this is one Mike Messier YouTube channel. Now, we have a given. The given is that these are comic books that I ordered on eBay. I have seen the first one. I have not seen the others. I believe this was a random purchase, like a grab bag type of thing, which I'm kind of becoming fond of. And the guy even wrote a thank you, which is nice. Wolfman, the Astounding Wolfman. I sat there most recently in a coffee shop, a Starbucks, although they're not product placing me, and I read their book. Now some of you comics experts might know better than I, but here, I'll just show you that the first book has gone in the box, okay? So don't get too excited, but I'm trying not to bend this thing. I thought it would be a little more snug. I thought we'd have a snugness to this situation. This is new to me. I've never had, since childhood, so many comic books that I needed a box. In fact, I used to have a trunk as a childhood that had all my comic books and wrestling magazines. Don't ask what happened to that trunk. It's a tragedy. I know you like to see this. Okay. And I know you like that. I know your fetishes by now. You're into the untaping of things. Yeah, okay. Take a shower if you need to. You got this one. So the point is I haven't looked at all these comics yet because they were all so taped up. So, but we're gonna untape them, which is the step that we're doing now. See? And then it screws up the bag. Tapes and bags are not friends in the comic world, I'm discovering. You gotta remember, I'm pretty new to this, taking graphic novels seriously routine. The sound. I know what it's doing for me, so it must be doing something for you. I always have some type of working trash bag around me, but right now it's not in reaching distance. Okay, so let's see what's the first one. This looks really good. This actually, I was inspired because a previous viewer, I don't have a whole lot of subscribers right now. Maybe you can help change that, hint, hint, by subscribing. Haunted Horror, this looks great. Haunted Horror 14, 2014 cover. This magazine is Haunted 1953. Retails stories from mysterious adventures and chambers of chills. So it's a 2014 kind of tribute, so you can read what I'm reading. Oh, this is great. So this was $3.99 when it was made in 2014 by Yo Comics. This looks really interesting. It's like this decapitated head is stuck into a slab of rock type of thing. So I don't know, I mean, initially it kind of makes me think of Frankenstein because he's green and has those tattered pants. I once had a friend in my life who wrote a book called Tattered Clad. So that happened. Okay, and let's see what else. It sounds like one of those millennial expressions. The UFO and outer space. Are they trying to tell us something? Exciting reports of recent encounters. Okay, so this I'm really into. And this is how you can tell how old something is. 35 cents, folks. 35 cents. Upper right. I'm not sure if it's upper left for me, so it's upper right for you, I believe. So yeah, July 1978, very exciting. I just did that yeah thing that the kids do too. And then the expression, what the kids do, that's been around for a while. So I'm just running out of things to say. But if you go to One Man in a Camera Films, you can see my short films. This looks good. The Occult Life of Dr. Spector? Spector, okay. So I'm reading everything backwards in case you're wondering. October 22, 1976. Good year for comics. October 1976, a good year for comic books. Dr. Spector, very exciting. And what's our subtitle here? A Demon of Destruction Strikes, Night of the Owl. So it's a demon owl. 30 cents. Good deal for that. Now, I don't know, I can't remember what the deal was. I got a bunch of these. I think we've got another 10 or so at least. Scary Tales, Volume 1, Number 2, October 1975. Very exciting. Ooh, I like this. We have like a Western shootout going on. Very exciting. The excitement. The reason, if you're wondering, well, gee whiz, Mike, you've had all these comics. I haven't had them nicely organized, and I didn't want to throw them in a cardboard box. So I did a nice research, and I found that this box, I think this was about 23 bucks, 24 bucks. Ghost Manor, Volume 5, September 1975. On Amazon, as you know, I do use Amazon. I have my own books on Amazon you might want to buy. Hint. Fight or Play Basketball is a great one, A Distance from Avalon. If you're a horror fan, that's my take on the horror genre. What's going on here? It's like this shadowy, kind of like, 10 years too soon. This ghost, it kind of looks like the Stay Puft guy from Ghostbusters, but he's 10 years early. Ghost Manor, Volume 5, Number 25. September 1975. So somebody who watched one of these videos, my last one, said that I had a number 1 of Ghosts. He was very impressed, or she was very impressed. I think it was a he, I could be wrong. Ghosts, Volume 5, Number 43, October 1975. Ghosts, Boy Who Cried Ghost. The Boy Who Cried Ghost. I'm reading everything backwards. River of Phantoms, Spectre in the Stone, 3 corpses on a rope. True Tales of the Weird and Supernatural. I will say this, currently where I live, and I've seen it for years, I haven't gone, I'm overdue, way overdue. They have this Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, and I need to go over there and investigate. Maybe they'll even let me do a video, or I'll just do it and won't tell them. Do you dare enter the House of Mystery? Happy Death Day. Oh, this is very exciting. 25 cents. I'd say these are all in very good condition, and they're going to remain in good condition because I nicely bought this box that we've aforementioned. Let's see what else. Ooh, this looks nice. Midnight Tales, very exciting. I can't quite read that backwards. Volume 5, Number 18, 1976. Gee, Uncle Cyrus, maybe we ought to take the stairs. Hey, 30 cents. Can you imagine being a kid and getting this sexy female for 30 cents in your comic? I mean, you know that these guys that drew the comics were all kind of, I don't want to say pervs, but they knew how to draw their women, I'll say that. Twilight Zone, very exciting. I'm reading, the guy has the little writings on the back. So Twilight Zone looks like a bunny of sorts. The Sorcerer's Ring. Many of you probably know a lot more about these comics. Oh, that's Rod Serling. Is it Sterling or Serling? Mandela effect, hashtag. So Rod Serling, I remember Sterling, by the way. Twilight Zone. I remember when I was a small child, there was actually a 3D movie on TV, which I don't think they'd done that in years, but you had to go to the local drugstore, the People's Drug, and get these, the old red and green 3D glasses, and they showed a 3D movie on TV. Broadcast television, very exciting. Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery, August 1977. Borlis, oh yes. Boris, sorry, Boris. Truly a classic actor in the horror genre, a wonderful actor. And I'm overdue to watch some more of his stuff or refresh the ones that I've watched. There's too much content. I've said that before. I get upset when people tell me I should watch stuff because I don't have time to watch the things or read these books, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? But I have attempted to alleviate that a tinge. I've recently, as of today, sent out for a lamp. I need a new lamp so I can read these books. Another Boris Karloff. That L's throwing me because I'm seeing the L. 48 pages, 50 cents. Claws. They strike in the dead of night with a witch's fury. Can you imagine the fun? Now, of course, 1978, April 1978, money back then. We can always say, oh, it is only 50 cents. Well, it's not like you had, you worked for, $2 an hour or whatever. So it's a different ball game, okay? September 1978, number 84, another Boris. Sorry, Boris. An angry oath sworn 6 centuries ago spawns the Great Flood of Florence. Very exciting. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. What's next? Oh my God. Grimm's Ghost Stories. Now we're talking. This was always a favorite of mine. That crazy witch, like that narrator. I'm looking forward to this. The bulldozer flung dirt in their ghost faces in Digging Up Trouble. This is fantastic. I'm a big. This was the one that I read as a kid, not this exact issue, and probably another, half a generation or generation after that. But I just love this witch. I remember that witch was always kind of cackling. I never quite knew if that was supposed to be a male or a female witch. Doesn't matter. It's a non-binary witch. Or maybe it is. I don't want to misgender. Okay, I remember this because look, that last one looked a little more female. This looks a little more male to me because just maybe the cropping of the image. Ghost Stories looks great. Grimm's Ghost Stories, number 44, May of 1978. The prisoner's ghost demanded his rights in death sentence. Oof, this is hard-hitting shit. 50 cents. I mean, I used to read books like this, and I don't know if they warped my perspective of the world. Maybe, hopefully. And as many of you know, I'm a big pro wrestling fan. That's actually the Wrestling Wall of Fame over there. That's just been recently assembled. In fact, I just added a few photos today. Grimm's Ghost Stories. A young husband fights for his bride and his life against a dead rival. 30 cents. Very exciting. I'm gonna have to, well, I got only about 4 more books, folks, so if you wanna hang in there. Of course, like I said, A Distance from Avalon, my novel, is available on Amazon. You click to one of the links and Fight or Play Basketball, my sports coming-of-age novel. This is a great cover. Ghost Stories, once again, Grimm. The young widow was fated to join her husband on his funeral pyre. Man, 35 cents. I guess I'm just really enamored with both the cover art, the story titles, like the subject matter, and the cheapness of these books at the time. I find that all very fascinating. What goes in the box? Very exciting. Oh, this is a good cover. This looks a little more 80s. This looks more like 83, 84. Once again, Grimm's Ghost Stories. It doesn't have that gold key thing. Have they switched companies? No, it says Whitman. So the previous one were gold key. This says Whitman. I don't know if that's the same company with a different kind of subtitle. Western Publishing Inc. The artwork looks different. It's a little more cartoony. It's 60 cents. I have a feel. So this, it just says Grimm's Ghost Stories, number 59. Don't have a year on this one. I'm not going to take these because the tape always screws me up. I'm going to have to find a YouTube video. How do you deal with the tape on these comic books? Because I get very frustrated. I have big fingers, okay? so it's hard for me to deal. We're down to our final two, folks. A little more tape for you. And a little more too. I don't want to drop any of these. I get very frustrated with myself because I hate when people drop things that you're not supposed to drop. And then if I do, I get frustrated with myself. I'm going to check in there if there's any bonus stuff. All right. Grimm's Ghost Stories. I think that Wolfman might have been a bonus, to be honest with you. I think that might have been the deal. So thanks to this person, I don't know if I can find his identity. The eBay sale. The young architect's design for the perfect house included a blueprint for death. That is hardcore shit. 35 cents, October of 1978. Very exciting. If you happen to find this video, I mean, look, I don't want any competition, but the reality is, you know, you can find this fun for yourself. I mean, it's not rocket science. I went to eBay, I did some searches, I put some bids out there, and I got some books. So it's not like this is... So this book I read. I sat there in the Starbucks, to be exact, and I read this, I want to say about a week ago. Maybe early, like today is Sunday, so maybe like Monday or Tuesday. I have an issue with time. Like, time's very interesting for me. The way that I kind of remember things, my memory, I don't know, it's just different from other people's, but I read this. This wasn't so much, this is more of a fantasy story, Tales of Sword and Sorcery, more like the Epic Quest. This one, I do recall that the art is a bit faded, which is okay. I mean, you gotta remember that this is from 1976, so older than a lot of us. But not all of us. This is an open channel. You can be old, you can be young, you can be middle-aged, you can be young at heart, old at heart, whatever. I have no barriers for age. You can watch at any age. Maybe not totally young people. I do a lot of swearing, not so much on this channel, sometimes a lot, but also on One Man and a Camera Films, which is my channel for my unique artwork. And of course, if you're a pro wrestling fan, One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan YouTube channel. 3 channels now. So let's see what's our bonus stuff. I was working on these in the art house, not the art house, the coffee house. I made it in an art house because I drew this while I was sitting there, like kind of waiting for the drink, and I had to kind of relax myself by drawing before I read, which is kind of weird. And then I took this old poem I wrote back in college. Tomato Head sits in my shelf, been there several years. Nothing to eat but tomato head. Let's rip that bad boy open. That's good. Tomato head tastes just like I remember. What's the matter, tomato head? Do you feel exploited? So, I mean, this poem that I wrote quite some time ago, I kind of just remembered everything and I rewrote it. I made a little bit of an art, and I told myself that I would color it in later, which I have yet to do. And then this, you know, just to give him credit, I wish I had the fine gentleman or person who sold me this stuff. And of course, the label's gone. I feel bad. I do not know who it was. I can't figure it out because if I try to go to eBay right now on this device, my phone, then I would lose everything. I would lose you. I would lose this video connection, and I don't want to do that. I do have this Premium Plus drink here. It's got 11% fiber, dietary fiber, only 1 gram of sugar, which is a nice low count, but 60% of my daily protein. And of course, you know, because of my thick bone levels, my density of bone mass, I might have 2 of these a day, okay? Just because 2 of these are what I need. I did enjoy the Celtics earlier. They did win. I thought it was the Eastern Conference Finals the whole time. I thought they were going to the finals against the Lakers, but apparently the Lakers are in the Western Finals. This is what happens when you no longer have a basic cable plan, which I don't these days. I'm doing the streaming stuff. And, you know, I'm watching a lot of UFC because they're on the UFC Fight Pass app and the ESPN2, which I enjoy. So it's interesting. There was a time and place where you couldn't get by in life unless you wanted to be a nomad or read books for all your time without cable TV. But now you can stream everything. So the book, in case you're wondering, now the box can properly close, and I can put these comics in. I have a room for probably another 100. They said that the maximum capacity is 150. This wonderful box. It's a little tricky to shut the box, I've learned. It still doesn't seem perfectly flat. I might have done something wrong. These little hinges are the key thing. So that's it, folks. I do appreciate you checking this out. I will be going to see a movie later on tonight. I will be seeing, there was a lot of movies to choose from. The fantasy, the Dungeons and Dragons I haven't seen yet. There's a new kind of one like that, another kind of dragon-esque movie, which looks actually pretty good, but I haven't seen that one or that one. But I'm going to go see, it's a movie about BlackBerry. So I know it's about the BlackBerry. I never owned a BlackBerry. I was late to this game. My first smartphone, I was really late to the smartphone game, like maybe 2015, 16. I know that's tremendously late. I thought it might have been a fad, so I waited to see what happened. I did have a fucking slide cell phone, but I'll be watching this BlackBerry movie and seeing what I missed out on, and hope you have a wonderful day. Subscribe, more videos, my instant movie reviews, all types of excitement. This is not the most exciting video, perhaps. This was just me discussing the comics. If you happen to be a comic collector, pop culture enthusiast, if you like seeing new and different things, this was a new and different thing. So have a good one and do whatever you want.